Welcome back to Mighty Mac Week in Review. My name's Dave Molinaro, and this is my partner, Nolan Soursoff.
This past week, Mackinac men's and women's basketball team both played 2 games. The women's basketball team fell to Cabrini 59-48 on Wednesday and 75-70 to Keystone on Saturday.
This past week, the men's team had a record of 1-1, and on Wednesday they hosted Neumann. Here are the highlights. Immaculata looked to avenge an earlier season loss to Neumann, but trailed by 10 at half.
Roy Farrell Jr. hits a 3 from the corner to cut the deficit early in the second half to 8 with a cross-court pass from Ronnie Duncan.
Carl Gardner cuts the deficit to 5 with the offensive rebound and put back 2.
With 10 minutes left to go in the game, Brandon Smith gets the ball down low and goes to work, getting the bucket and the foul, cutting the deficit to 5.
Freshman Matt Simon gets the ball on the wing, slices through the defense, and gets the 2-point layup, cutting the deficit for the Mighty Macs to 2.
With just under 7 minutes to go, Ronnie Duncan drives and goes up and under, giving the Mighty Macs their first lead of the second half. Here's a second look of Duncan's layup, giving the Mighty Macs the 54-52 lead.
On the defensive end, Mamadou Dakite says, "Not in my house," preserving the 1-point lead.
With under 4 minutes to go, Roy Farrell Jr. drives and hits the layup, giving the Mighty Macs the 1-point advantage, of which they wouldn't give back. Here's a second look of Farrell Jr.'s layup, capping off the comeback for the Mighty Macs.
With under 10 seconds left to go in the game, the Mighty Macs hold a 3-point lead. Neumann takes the desperation 3, which rims out, putting the game on ice for the Mighty Macs.
The Mighty Macs capped off the comeback victory with a 69-66 final. Roy Farrell Jr. led the way with a career-high 17 points and tied Immaculata's school record with 8 assists. Ronnie Duncan also chipped in 12 points and 5 assists.
With that win, the Mighty Macs picked up their 100th in program history. After the game, we caught up with Barry Brockington. Here with Barry Brockington. He went 6 for 10 tonight with 13 points. Barry, we were down 10 at half. What were some second-half adjustments the Mighty Macs made?
When we came into the locker room, everybody was just saying how we were kind of really laid back in the first half. We weren't really awake, so we just wanted to pick up the intensity on the defensive end first, and then once we pick up the intensity, that would transfer over to the offensive end. Everything would just fall into place from there.
Mm-hmm. And then Mark Blunt, the leading scorer for Neumann, had 21 points in the first half. He ended with 24. He had 3 points in the second half because you were primarily guarding him. What did you do to stop Blunt?
I just pushed him out farther. First half, I was letting him get the ball real down low, and he's bigger than me, so it was kind of hard to defend him down there. So I pushed him out farther towards the 3-point line and just put a hand up, and everything worked out for the best.
Barry Brockington, thank you.
Following their win against Neumann on Wednesday, Immaculata's men's basketball team traveled to Marywood on Saturday, where they fell 71-68.
Entering the final week of regular season play, the men can clinch their 5th straight playoff berth with a win. Now let's take a look at the men's and women's CSAC standings.
Immaculata's women's basketball team sits in second place in the CSAC playoff standings. With 2 wins this week, they will clinch a bye into the semifinals.
The men's team currently sits in 4th place. If they clinch, there will be a playoff game Saturday at 3 at a location to be determined. If they stay in 4th place, the Mighty Macs will host that playoff game at Alumni Hall.
Both men's and women's basketball team host a senior night doubleheader this evening, including Play for K. Women's basketball hosts Cairn at 6 p.m., where before the game they will be honoring senior Marissa Kinsey, followed by the men's who face off against Rosemont, where they will be honoring seniors Gerard Kane and Brandon Smith.
On Wednesday, the men's and women's basketball team is going to travel to Gwynedd Mercy for a doubleheader, and on Thursday, the men finish off the regular season at Cabrini.
Track and field this past week did not compete in their final event of the season due to weather. Starting off with spring sports this week, men's lacrosse host Wesley on Wednesday at 4 p.m. before traveling to Arcadia on Saturday.
Baseball has a doubleheader on Saturday at Washington College. Thank you, and remember, if you can't catch any of these games, you can listen to us on GoMightyMacs.com. My name's Dave Molinaro.
And I'm Nolan Soursoff.
And Go Macs.